You know that feeling when you try so hard for something to be absolutely perfect and it just isn't? Yeah, that's pretty much my entire relationship with New Year's Eve, every single year. It's like this universal conspiracy to make us believe that if our December 31st isn't some epic, Instagram-worthy, life-changing event, then the next 365 days are just gonna be a total bust. And I, for one, have fallen for it, hook, line, and sinker, more times than I care to admit. It starts innocently enough, usually around mid-November. You're scrolling through social media, and suddenly, everyone's posting their NYE plans. Someone's going to a cabin in the mountains with a hot tub. Someone else is jetting off to a beach party in Tulum. And then there's you, still trying to figure out if you even have enough clean socks for next week. But the seed is planted. The FOMO, man, it's a powerful drug. You start thinking, okay, this year is going to be different. This year, I'm going to have the kind of New Year's Eve that makes all those other people look like they just stayed home and watched paint dry. So, the quest begins. First, you've got to figure out where to go. Is it a fancy dinner? A house party? A club? A secret rave in an abandoned warehouse that you heard about from a guy who knows a guy? The options are endless, and each one comes with its own set of anxieties. A fancy dinner means you have to dress up, make conversation with strangers, and probably pay 3 times the normal price for a mediocre steak. A house party sounds chill, but it could also devolve into a debate about politics with your aunt's new boyfriend. A club, forget about it. I'm 25, not 19. My knees can't handle that kind of sustained standing anymore. But the pressure? It's not just external, it's internal. You start seeing all these motivational quotes about new beginnings and manifesting your best self. And in your head, that translates to, if you don't cross into the new year surrounded by glitter, champagne, and people who genuinely appreciate your existence, then you've already failed the entire year before it even started. It's ridiculous, I know. But tell that to my brain at 2 a.m. on December 28th, when I'm still refreshing event pages, convinced that the perfect ticket is just 1 click away. Last year, I really thought I had it figured out. My friends and I decided we were going to go to this exclusive rooftop party downtown. The tickets were, let's just say they required a small loan from a very understanding relative. But hey, it was exclusive. It was rooftop. It was going to be the vibe. We pictured ourselves looking effortlessly cool, sipping craft cocktails, watching the fireworks explode over the city's skyline, making sophisticated small talk, maybe even meeting someone interesting. You know, the whole movie montage thing? The day arrives, December 31st. The air is thick with anticipation, and also, like 90% humidity because, well, that's just how it is. I spent an hour trying to get my hair to cooperate, another hour agonizing over an outfit that said, I'm here to party. But also, I'm deeply thoughtful and probably read. Chem spoiler alert. It mostly said I'm slightly uncomfortable and might sweat through this shirt. We finally get an Uber, which, by the way, costs more than my first car payment, and head downtown. The traffic was insane. Mean bumper to bumper horns blaring, people yelling out windows, the whole chaotic symphony of a city collectively losing its mind. My friend, Sarah, was already getting antsy. Are we even gonna make it before midnight? Key? She kept asking, checking her phone every 30 seconds. Key? My internal monologue was screaming, if we miss the countdown, this entire year is cursed. We finally get dropped off like 5 blocks away from the venue because the street was blocked off. So we're power walking in our effortlessly cool outfits. Me already feeling a sheen of sweat forming on my upper lip, trying to maintain the illusion of sophistication. Yes. We get to the entrance, and it's a line. Not just a line. The line, it snaked around the block, a pulsating river of humanity, all equally desperate to get into this exclusive party. The bouncer looked like he'd rather be anywhere else, probably dreaming of a quiet night in with a documentary about competitive cheese rolling. After what felt like an eternity, seriously, I think I aged a year in that line alone. We finally get inside. And it was exactly what I should have expected. Overcrowded. The rooftop was more like a glorified patio with a partial view of some buildings. The craft cocktails were pre-mixed sugary concoctions served in plastic cups. The music was so loud you couldn't hear yourself think, let alone have a sophisticated conversation, okay? And the effortlessly cool people, okay? Mostly just people trying really hard to look effortlessly cool, just like me. I tried to embrace it, I really did. I grabbed a drink, tried to dance, tried to make eye contact with someone who didn't immediately look away. But the vibe wasn't happening. It was less magical new beginning and more sardine can with strobe lights. Every time I checked my phone, I saw more Instagram stories of people having what looked like genuinely amazing times. Someone was on a yacht, someone else was at a bonfire on the beach. And here I was, elbow deep in a crowd, trying not to spill my questionable drink on a stranger's expensive shoes. Then the countdown started. 10, 9, 8. The energy in the crowd shifted, a collective surge of forced excitement. 7, 6, 5. I looked at my friends. We exchanged tired, slightly panicked smiles. 4, 3, 2. I braced myself. This was it, the moment of truth, the grand transition. 1. Happy New Year. The crowd erupted. Confetti cannons blasted, showering us in sticky paper. People started hugging, screaming, blowing party horns. And then it happened. Some random dude, probably fueled by too many sugary plastic cup drinks, threw his arm around me. He was sweaty, so sweaty, and his breath, oh, his breath. It was a potent mix of cheap caipirinha and existential dread. "Happy New Year, man," he slurred, squeezing me tight. And in that exact moment, as the fireworks burst in blurry colors above the partial skyline view, and the sticky confetti rained down, and this sweaty stranger was proclaiming his joy into my ear, all I could think was, how much is this Uber ride home going to cost? And how quickly can I get into my bed? My glorious, quiet, non-sweaty bed. My head was starting to throb, a dull, insistent ache behind my eyes. This wasn't a revelation about a new year or new beginnings. This was a revelation about the sheer, unadulterated pleasure of silence and personal space. The magic wasn't there. The unforgettable part was how much I wanted to forget it. The Instagrammable moment was me trying to subtly wipe sweat off my face without looking like I was in distress. And the universe wasn't punishing me with 365 days of boredom. It was punishing me with this very moment of forced celebration. So, yeah, that was my perfect New Year's Eve. And you know what? It was an epic fail in every single way I had envisioned it. But it was also incredibly real. And in that realness, there was a strange kind of peace. The pressure was off. The illusion was shattered. And I realized something important. The magic of a new year isn't in a specific party or a perfect moment. It's in the quiet acceptance that life, just like New Year's Eve, is often messy, unpredictable, and rarely lives up to the hype. And that's totally okay. Maybe next year, I'll just order a pizza and watch a bad movie. Or maybe I'll just go to bed early. Honestly, that sounds pretty epic right now. If you've ever had an anticlimactic New Year's Eve, or any other moment that just didn't live up to the hype, let me know in the comments. We're all in this beautifully imperfect life together.